to ask questions or make statements, so
I'm here, just,
I know
Yeah,
Jay, you
yeah,
wanna
sure,
say,
yeah, I
wanna
wanna-
say something?
Yeah, I just want to fill you all in. You know, we're working with, I met with the area development districts, I met with representatives of KIA. We're working for them to get our water resource management together, and we're working from a statewide initiative where we have regional water supplies. One of the specifics as far as you all are concerned, I met with representatives from Northern Kentucky Area Development District and the Bluegrass Area Development District. And one of the issues we have is Georgetown, which is our Scott County to the south here, is representative of a number of counties in the state where they don't, even though we got a lot of water, they don't have really a reliable water source. They don't have one with enough. The Ohio River is our most reliable water source, probably in western Kentucky, Mississippi, and some of the Tennessees. But what we discussed is trying to, the water resource councils and the collection of the data right now is by ad district. And we need to take a look at inter-ad district. With the regional water supplies going further, they cross ad district barriers. So one of the things I think you should look at and you should consider, and what will be coming down the road for you, is Scott County needs water. Georgetown is like the fastest growing by percentage county in the state. They can get the water from the Kentucky River, from two different sources, either Frankfurt Plant Board, which pulls out of one, or through Kentucky American Water. I think they don't want those. They can get it from Louisville Metro, which would come along I-64, or they can get it from Northern Kentucky, down 75. I think what we're gonna see, and what you will see, and you probably ought to consider for your future plans, is we're gonna take a hard look between those two ad districts. They committed to do that, to look at providing water down 75 as opposed to coming across 64 on that. So I would encourage you to talk to the city of Georgetown, to talk to the county. And one of the things that I would like to do is we're using some of the legislation that we did way back in the days where we had a lot of multiple sanitation districts, and we added water to that, and we provided as a because we were very interested in regionalization because it actually is more beneficial. We provided funds to do studies and to help assistance the merge. And we're not talking about the operation going on because it should reduce your long-term operational costs. But in terms of the cost of getting the studies done and that, I can't make any commitments, but I hope and I feel the consensus is throughout the state that we look at multi-area development districts, multi-district solutions. Again, we're not talking about merging districts. We're talking about what is the best way to get quality water to each one of our districts at the lowest cost and the most efficient. So that's, I would expect that you might have some support and you might be looking at the cost of a northern, Boone, Kenton, Grant, Scott County line will be one of the alternatives that will be studied on that. So I hope you're open to that. I hope you engage with that. And again, this isn't just about Bullock Pen. This is about all over the state. We have these problems. If they're pulling out of a lake, it's too small of a resource. If they're pulling out of a river, it might be too small to handle the growth. And the pool in the Kentucky River, the Frankfurt Plant Board is pulling out. It's not clear even that can handle the growth that we're seeing in Georgetown. So that's the thing we're doing. I think it will impact you. I know we're at a decision point here, but that's an option that I really think you ought to look at. So, but I'm doing that independent of this. That's what's happening around the state. We're also going to be providing, from a technology standpoint with GIS, we're looking at how we can provide better tools to water districts who are much even smaller than Bullock Pen with much area, to be able to do asset management, to be able to locate all of their lines and their valves and their grinders if you're the septic. And so that is an initiative that has come up that we're going to really try to see what we can do to provide better asset management support and tools as a state for these various water districts. And I think you might also be able to benefit from that. Any questions of me?
I'll just make one comment.
Okay.
We know how slow government works, and our plan is not gonna withstand the long-term period. Look how long it took them to do anything with the I-75 bridge. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and that 10, 15, 20 years from now, they might have a water line going all the way down 75, but our plan won't make it till then.
You have a lot of other alternatives. We're looking at
those.
incremental going there. And quite frankly, if I were you, I would look at what you could do to extend the life of that plant for another several years. There's probably some things you can do. And you have some alternatives for a study that will work in the short run while you work in the long run. That's called planning. You take short incremental steps toward the longer term goal. And this area is gonna grow. I mean, you're between two of the fastest growing, you're a fast growing county as well. You're in your district, so you need to look at the short and the long run on that. So, but that's nothing, you know, we have a little difference of opinion on that, so let's see how it works out.
We have a big difference of opinion.
Yeah, well, you are required by law to look at all your regional water sources, okay? So that's what we'll do, and that's what
we come closer to being a regional water district than most other water districts around, because we buy water from 3 or 4 different services.
That's a situation. If you can't buy water instead of build water, there's very few other districts in the state that can. You can buy regional water. You have lots of regional water built to you. You do not need to build a plant that's going to take water from a limited resource and provide limited or no growth for you in the future, and will not open up. Again, when you have 2 districts and you have 1 plant and a transmission line that connects those 2 districts, you then have people along that transmission line that can amortize the cost of the transmission line. When all you do is replace your plant with a bigger plant, you have no additional amortization of that capital expenditure. So that's what we're looking at. Anything else?
No,
Thank you. Anybody else?
thank you. Anybody else have?
I do, it's not as fancy as that though. So, I've lived in my house for 20 years. We got the neighbors next to us. It's a rental property, so people kind of move in and out. But, what happened, I guess, so
What's your name?
Jonathan,
Oh, are you Jonathan? Johnson?
yes.
And Misty, okay, gotcha.
Yes, so she was supposed to be here, but she wasn't able to get out at the
Okay.
time, but,
There is information on this in your packet.
did she let you know we were coming, or?
She sent me an email yesterday and I printed that off for the board to read.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys kinda know what's going on, I
Yeah.
guess?
I assume they looked at it.
So we've been paying the neighbors and they've been paying ours for, I guess, at least a year, probably more than a year, I'm not for sure, but you guys are wanting us to pay all that, money back. It's like, I think it's like $1,000, and I was kinda hoping you guys could help me out with that.
Yes, we can set him up on a payment plan, right?
Yes.
Is there any way we could work it, like, I know you guys want the full amount, and I don't wanna pay any of it. Is there any way we can meet in the middle on that, or help me out in any way?
Well, I mean, of course, we're governed by the PSC, so whatever we do for one person, we have to do for everybody. But in the past, like for water leaks or any large usages or whatever,
Yeah,
I mean, it was a mistake we made.
right.
So we're willing to work with you as far as a payment plan goes for however long it takes to go back. But we can't reduce the water because it was water that actually went through your system.
Okay, so there's nothing we could do for lowering that, or kinda meet me in the middle on this $1,000?
Treat it like a leak.
When he says
We pay the whole-
$1,000, he's saying 537 for water and 536 for sewer, so it's not 1,000 for water, it is,
It's
he's
1,000
talking
and
about
it's
coming
So,
by.
yeah, for me, it's 1,000.
Yes.
So we did have I guess we did have a water leak, and it was our spigot up front, and I didn't notice it. That's why we have 1 month, it's like, I think it's like $180. For the water, $180.
Oh, okay.
So I got it fixed as soon as I seen it, but I didn't notice it right away.
That was the most, that was in August, the August 28th reading. I've got that in your packet.
I think that you should charge for the water, but I am saying that the mistake ultimately was ours at the beginning, so I'd suggest that we give him the wholesale rate like we did for leaks, as just a way to try to, counter his costs.
We can for that 19,000,
For the $180 bill.
correct. We can actually use 2 months of that. We could charge you for the bulk water, at a bulk water rate. So basically what we are paying for the water, for those, I guess it would be, it might include September. We can do 2 months. And your sewer is actually over 10,000 gallons above your average. So we could actually take your sewer back down to the average for that
Yeah, because it
August
didn't go
month.
through the sewer.
Because it did not, you said it was a spigot, correct?
Yeah, it was out front. I noticed
Okay.
it, I fixed it, as I seen it, I fixed it,
You
but I
would
just
have to
didn't.
sign paperwork for that.
Okay,
So, so for the August and perhaps September month, when did you fix it?
I can't remember, as soon as we seen it, I can't remember exactly.
Do you think it was after mid-September, or was
Can you
it
tell-
in September or October?
I just noticed the bill was a lot higher, so I assumed that was the month of that happened. So we probably did it right at the end of that month.
Yeah, I can't see what your September is. I'd have to look at that,
Okay.
or the girls could look
I
at
see,
that for
my
you.
wife had all the paperwork with her,
Yeah.
we were supposed to be here, and so.
Yeah.
Well, so what we can do is, well, for the leakage problem, we can reduce those to a bulk rate on the water and reduce the sewer bill because it didn't go through the sewer for that.
Okay,
So after we reduce that, then it comes down to what can you comfortably pay a month to pay the rest of it up?
I mean, is 25 okay, or does it need to be?
Is that reasonable, Amy, 25 a month?
It's up to you all.
We have a timeline, don't we? What's the maximum amount of months we've done
I
before?
don't
For a
think
payment
we
plan?
do.
I don't think we have a
I don't
timeline.
think we do.
You didn't think that?
I don't think there's a timeline on it. I know what we have done in past, they usually do 6 months, they like to have it paid off in 6 months, is kind of what we have done in the office as a judgment call, but.
Well, but since it's our mistake,
It's our mistake, yeah,
Yes,
give
so
it a year on
that's
it.
I would
up to you
suggest
all.
that
Yeah.
we bill it 25 a month until the balance is paid.
An extra 25 per month.
But would that be 18 months? So it's
Yeah.
$500.
Be when they're-
Well, it's gonna be less than
Less
that
than-
when we make the adjustment.
Okay.
And then you have to talk about the sewer half. Do you have to do that in the sewer meeting?
Well, the
To
sewer,
talk about
rate,
the
we'd have to
sewer
do
half?
that in the sewer meeting.
Yeah.
And they'll
But we'll bring that up
we
in the
can
sewer
let you
meeting.
know about that, about the sewer, but I don't.
You don't have to be here for that, we'll
You
take care
guys
of
take care
that.
of that, okay.
Yeah,
So basically what you'd have to do, you'd have to look at what your water charges are on your bill,
Okay,
for that particular month, and then add $25 to that each month. The problem is, you would have to make sure to pay your bill each month, because basically this is gonna leave you with a past due
I
balance.
know, that's how I kinda seen them owe like $1,000, and it was like, if you don't pay this, we're gonna shut your water off, kind of the message we got.
So-
And that's why I even came up here, cause I was like, what's
Right.
going on?
You will continue to get a disconnect notice because there's a past due balance on the account, and that's not something we can stop. We
Yeah.
can't, it automatically goes out when there's a past due balance on the
Is that something that
account.
shows up on credit or anything?
No,
That's what
it
I was
does
just
not.
getting ready to ask them.
No,
Where
it
is
does
credit
not.
score? Okay.
Well, and not even credit, it won't even hurt your credit with us, because when we do something like this, we notate everything in the notes. So, you know, if you're move and you wanna use Bullock Pen as your credit history, we would be able to look at it and say, oh, there was a special circumstance here.
Is there a way to prevent it from happening again? Like I said, we've now had a problem, and we've been there 20 years, so that's,
I mean,
it
it
came
wasn't
about
done
because
on
we changed
purpose,
the meters
so, you know, it's,
and just put the
the
numbers
fact
in.
is, we've got humans working for us, so, I mean, sure, we'd love for it never to
when
happen
did they
again.
put the new meters out?
as soon as your water went down.
Last October, I think.
Is that when it, so that's probably when they got.
October
Last October
of
was
24.
when repair was made.
Yeah. So, and what's happened is when the plumbers for the two homes ran the lines as well, they also crossed the lines.
See, I think they've always been switched since we've been
They
there.
have always
Because we've had renters and they've
Yes.
accidentally turned our water off a few times.
So typically
Instead of
what it
the other
is the
side.
meter that's on this side goes with this house, and
Yeah.
the meter that's on this side goes with this house. Somehow, whoever ran the line, this meter goes with this house,
Yeah.
and this meter
I
goes
just
with
say
this
our
house.
bills never got mixed up, but like I said, they shut our water off
But
on
they
accident
should.
because people moved out and then,
Because the meters are on the wrong side of,
and they probably just set it up the way they seen it, I'm guessing.
well, that's how all
So
of
they-
our meters are set up. They're not set up for the lines to go this way.
Yeah.
They're set up for the lines to go directly, they should go directly to your home. And they
So-
got it where this meter that's on this side goes with this house, this side on this house.
So they've got a double
So-
setter.
Yes,
there's two meters
correct,
in
there's
one
2 meters in one
crop.
crop, yes.
Now, you should all have to sign paperwork, will you guys just mail that and I can sign it and send it in, or do I need to come up here?
You would have to go in there with one of the ladies
Okay.
and sign.
Will I get like some kind of notice for that and then come
You
in
can do
and
that
sign?
now, can you?
Yeah, you can go in there and have them pull up your,
Okay,
the readings where you had a leak, just tell them the 19,000 gallon leak,
Okay.
reading, and then the last reading that you had, it should be, they'll have that, the most current,
okay.
I
yes.
guess Naomi's in there, isn't she?
That one too.
Should I have somebody go in there with me and some,
Sure.
or just to say, just?
You will, okay.
You'll go in there
Yeah,
with
She'll go in there
absolutely.
with you. Did I take care of it for
I
you?
appreciate y'all working with me though, I mean, it's
Well,
not,
Yeah.
we try to be reasonable.
I'm sorry about the disconnect notices too. I really wish there was something I could do.
I just seen that and I got
I-
worried, cause I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
have $1,000 to spend right now. and
No,
my
I
water
totally
can
get
shut
it.
off.
I wish there was a way that we could stop it. I'm looking at upgrading our billing software, and hopefully with the new billing software, ours can do something like that, but it's pretty old right now, the one we have.
Do we need a motion for that, or is that just
No,
standard?
yeah,
standard
that's
practice?
standard, yeah.
Okay.
But feel free to call up and talk to us. or
Thank you for
whatever
your
you
time, I
need.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in. Okay, with that, we'll continue on with the regular business of the Bullock County Water District. First item of business is to approve the minutes that were mailed to everybody.
I make a motion we approve the minutes that we mailed.
I'll
Motion
second.
been made and seconded. You get them, Tom?
Yes, sir?
Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed, like sign, motion carries. Take a few minutes to look over the warrants.
I got a question about this bill. You ain't been here for the last 2 months, so I've been waiting.
Well, don't worry about the phone bill, it's part of the
Right.
retirement.
You are kidding.
He's joking. I hope.
Well, I did it last month, Chuck's like, what are you talking about? Like, it's been the last 3 months I've asked about it, so.
So there's a legal bill here for the Stowe, Keenan, and Ogden. I'm assuming that's the, providing the information to support the PSC.
PSC litigation, correct.
Now, is that done, or is that just started?
The deadline for everybody requesting information, yada, yada, is like the late October, within the week. After that time, the PSC will digest all the information we gave and anything else that anybody else wants to submit. At that time, the ball, so to speak, is in the PSC's court, and they can just rule, make a determination, whatever, based on what they have, ask for more information, schedule a public hearing, and all that. And I think, given the facts as they have actually occurred, it's going nowhere. So, that's where we're at.
Tom, did you say there was a deadline, like,
Yes. yes.
And that's passed.
No,
The first request deadline is passed.
yes.
Okay. So then what's the decision point for them, for the PSC to act?
I don't have the.
Yeah, they sent a
Let me-
schedule out.
let me-
Like, this has the potential to stretch out until March sometime, I think is what.
Yeah.
But there's like 4 or 5 different deadlines, like through this process, and all it is an exchange of information back and forth.
Yes.
So they sent their first request, we responded.
Here it is, is that what you're looking for?
And now they have another deadline.
Oh, yeah, here, I got it here, okay. Okay, our deadline to file responses was yesterday, we complied.
Okay.
Interveners, if any, have an 11/5/25 deadline. Now, as you will recall, the Public Service Commission has denied the city of Crittenden's request to intervene.
Oh, have they?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You send an email.
Yes, that was sent to everybody in an email. I sent the email
You have to read your
and the
email.
order. It's a lengthy decision,
Okay,
so, interesting decision, read it.
I'll read it.
Okay. The 19th of November, the PSC has the right to ask for additional information from us and/or from interveners. Since there are no interveners, that's probably a moot issue. Interveners have till December the 3rd of 25 to file responses to requests for information. And then by December 17th, the district is required, excuse me, to file its rebuttal testimony, respond to any information provided by an intervener. Again, there are no interveners at this time, so that's probably. And then anybody can submit a request for a public hearing, and that will be determined, that request for a public hearing would be decided by the Public Service Commission. So, that's, that,
So are we essentially in a limbo until?
Yes.
The deadline's over?
yes. Well, again, since there's no intervention, the PSC can, I guess, in their discretion, expedite this. And I don't know why they wouldn't, but like I said, apparently the Public Service Commission received some information, or somehow was under the impression that the district had started construction on the water treatment plant project. And since I think the records and documentation that was submitted on our behalf by Mr. Wutcher, I think that it's pretty obvious that in fact the district did not
Okay.
begin construction. So I think it's a rather simple issue myself, but,
Okay,
you know.
perfect. Sorry, I didn't bring that.
No.
Okay. Have you had a chance to look over the warrants? If so, there's a motion to approve the warrants.
Also moved.
Roger moves to approve the warrants.
I'll second.
Ryan seconds it. Any other discussions or questions on the warrants? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, raise your hand. Any opposed, like sign, motion carried. Mr. Meanaver.
Okay, next week, there's a motion in the Garrison litigation to set that case for trial. As I've reported more times than I care to think about, nothing's happened, so I contacted our counsel that was appointed by the insurance carrier to go ahead and set it for trial. Ms. Cheeks, who is our counsel, indicated that she heard from Brandon Volker, the city's attorney.
Is that their new attorney?
Well, they've got two lawyers, if you will. They've got one that was appointed by KLC, Kentucky League of Cities, the insurance provider. They filed a motion for summary judgment and were dismissed. But the city is still in the litigation through their city attorney, Brandon Volker. Mr. Volker and Ms. Cheeks communicated within the last couple of weeks or so, and Mr. Volker said he was going to discuss with the city council the status of the dam issue, and because he said to Ms. Cheeks that he was not informed as to what had previously happened, which is a mystery to me, because in fact, that law firm was at the mediation we had when we all went in the back room and had multiple discussions about trying to resolve it. But nonetheless, Mr. Volker has not yet returned or responded to Ms. Cheeks. So
The League of Cities is paying for the prosecutor and the defendant in this deal.
well, no, they're paying their city attorney, and that's the only counsel that
I know we got an email they hired another lawyer.
no.
No, that was Volker.
Their attorney that was appointed by the insurance company, because originally the Garrisons filed a claim for money damages against the city of Crittenden. Discovery requests were submitted by the city, by the city to the Garrisons, which apparently the Garrisons did not respond to. So the city's attorney appointed by the insurance carrier filed a motion for summary judgment and was granted that motion, thereby dismissing the claims for monetary damages against the city. So,
Gotcha.
big difference.
Yeah.
So, hopefully next week at this time, we will have a trial date. Again, don't hold your breath. Then, Mr. Woodsher, you all got his information, the responses that were filed. We've already discussed the PSC order. Robert Miller is still working on our financial analysis. It's not yet complete. He requested some additional information from Superintendent Harp that was provided, was it this week or last week? Whatever.
Beginning of this week, the end of last week.
So, we're still waiting on Mr. Miller's final analysis. The Sherman Mobile Home Park easement, as you'll recall, the last time we had that issue with the trees growing through the pipes and the meters inside the mobile home park. It is my understanding, through the assistance and guidance of our superintendent, that, and working with Mr. Galen Bridges, they were able to resolve that issue favorably for the district. And the trees have been removed. Am I not correct, Superintendent Hart?
You would be correct. You must be a smooth talker, Tom. Because those trees were cut down in about 3 days.
Yes.
And we didn't have to do it.
We did not do it.
Now, we're gonna dig out the stumps.
He left stumps. We removed the one stump and fixed the leak that was underneath of it.
We asked him to leave the stump.
Yeah.
Right, but we were worried about damage, anything was gonna be done.
He cut them down and took them
Yes.
out and everything else, so it was a good deal. That was good work by council.
He is worth something.
Same to back at you, Superintendent Hart.
Tom, let me just back up just a second on the financial analysis from Robert Miller.
Yeah?
The analysis that you sent out to us, that was done by Mr. Frost.
Who works for Mr. Miller,
Yeah, they're in the same
They're in the
office.
same
No,
thing.
No,
right?
what I sent you, Bill, was the rate sufficiency analysis. Two totally separate things.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll talk about that in a second here.
Okay.
Mr. Wu Park This is rather complicated, but if we go into our Mr. Peabody's Wayback Machine, several years ago, we got a similar open records request from a company that wanted all of our invoicing, all of our purchase orders, all of our inventory lists, all of our equipment lists, and yada, yada, yada. And I think what they were doing was accumulating this data from not only us, but other governmental entities, other water districts, park departments, et cetera, to prepare and consolidate some type of a ordering book or something. I don't know, Ryan, if you have had any experience, or Benton, you have. But anyway, several years ago we got that, and it died on the vine. Well, on October 5th of this year, Mr. Wu Park from the databranch.com sent us a rather detailed open records request for the data that they requested is just overwhelming, to say the least. They wanted every purchase order, line item details, all of our inventory, vendor IDs, and the list goes on and on for one whole page. And the open records request that Mr. Park made was not compliant with the open records statutes. So Ashley sent him a letter, or was it you, Amy?
Ashley did.
Ashley sent Mr. Park a letter and said, attached is our open records request that we have on our website with our instruction sheet that has been approved for use in requesting open records. So that was sent to Mr. Wu Park on October the 7th. On October the 10th, I responded to Mr. Park in response to his completing our open records form, and I advised Mr. Park that once again, his open records request did not comply with the statutes, and therefore we could not respond at this time, but if he submits a compliant response or request, we will respond per the statute. And that was on October the 10th. I haven't heard a thing from him. I don't expect to.
How do we know that's not fraudulent?
Please?
Do we know this is a real person, or is it fraudulent? This guy, there was just on 60 Minutes a couple weeks ago where his plant up in New York they got hacked into them, the water plant, and they're talking about a lot of small water plants.
We haven't given him any information
Right,
yet.
but I mean, is there a lot of people searching for that kind of stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea about that, but, again, he didn't, submit a compliant request, and as soon as he does, then we will respond as required by statute.
Well, but I'm just curious, like I say, about hackers coming in or getting
Well,
stuff.
this has nothing to do with hackers. I mean,
We're giving a lot of information.
no, we're not, we haven't given them a dime yet, not one bit of information. The only thing they got from me is my email address, which the only thing they got from Ashley is the district's email address, and that's in the public domain, so it doesn't really matter.
You'll probably never hear another thing back from them.
We didn't, time flies, we got the same request.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was several years
Yeah.
ago, yeah, and it went nowhere.
Yeah, went nowhere.
And I believe, I spoke with some of my other governmental entity clients, and they likewise received similar requests, and we believe that's what they're doing, is setting up some type of a database, a catalog, whatever you want to call it, so. Okay, now on the Kentucky Rural Water Association rate sufficiency analysis. In addition to the financial analysis for the water project, that's what Bob Miller is working on. At the same time, we asked Mr. Miller, and he included in his fee a water rate sufficiency analysis. And this is simply a review of our current rates and our current financial situation to determine if at this time a rate increase is required. The report that we got from Mr. Frost was a report which concluded that at this point in time, the district's rate schedule as approved by the Public Service Commission and contained in our tariff is adequate to cover our financial needs at this time. So that's all that would say. That report is totally different from the financial analysis. And then last but not least was the Beverly Drive deal. There was
Is that actually Carla Court?
No, it's a separate.
Yeah, it's a separate thing.
Okay. What
My
happened on
neighbor,
Beverly Drive?
my neighbor's parents live on Beverly Drive, and they keep getting water coming up through their basement, but, I mean, even when it's not raining or whatever, so they thought, well, maybe there's a broken water line underneath or something or other. So I contacted Paul. Paul went and researched it, and determined that it's not a water leak.
Right.
So,
That's all it is.
they might have underground spraying or something like that.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
there. Is that Beverly Drive out there I put in? Well, they're on a septic system. They may have a septic backing up
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah,
into their floor.
but it's not us, so we're good to go.
On this rate sufficiency analysis, did that not also include an estimate of what a rate might have to be if we do the water treatment plant?
Well, we can't determine what the water rates may have to increase until we know a number of factors. I mean, we have bantered around that if A, B, C, and D occurs, that water rate increase could be anywhere from, on the low end, what was it, like 10, 12%? To a high end of 15%. So, and that's based upon a number of different assumptions. Example, how much money we have to finance, what the interest rates are, what the term of the loan is, what the cost of construction is, yada, yada, yada. But it's gonna be somewhere in that ballpark.
All that rate analysis was
Yeah.
basically looking at what we
Snapshot in
have
time.
right now and
Yeah.
saying, are they making enough money do they need a rate increase or not need a rate increase is basically all that was.
And basically they said we didn't need a
And they
rate
said we
increase.
did, at this time today, we do not need a rate increase, that we are making enough money to
Yeah.
pay our debts,
It's
basically.
simply a snapshot of the district as of, what, 2 weeks ago when
Yeah,
the
something like
report was penned, yeah.
So the recommendation in there about our billing process, can you
Yeah,
explain that a little bit?
right. Another element of our engaging Robert Miller was that he wanted us to do, or that we asked him to do a cost of services analysis, a cost test. That was, if you will recall, during our latest rate increase in 2021, the Public Service Commission asked us or suggested that we conduct a cost, that COSS analysis. So we looked around for somebody that could do it, and the only person that could do it would be Robert Miller through KRWA. At this time, our billing system is not compatible with the data that is needed in part to complete a cost analysis. So Robert Miller and Mr. Frost suggested that they would get with Amy and Ashley to tweak our, I'm computer illiterate, but
Sending information.
yeah, tweak our system that can produce the information that they will need when it's time to do the cost. And I guess Mr. Miller has met with you, or not necessarily Mr. Miller, but somebody from his group.
Yeah, he called our software company and
Okay.
told her what he needed.
Okay.
And then she sent me instructions on how to get the report.
Oh.
And I haven't heard from him, so
So
I'm,
you got him the report?
yeah.
So it wasn't, we need a whole new software system
Oh.
or something of that nature.
We are, I think
We,
we are
I am
gonna
looking
need,
into getting a new software system. We definitely need one.
We've needed one for a long time though.
yes.
Didn't we?
Yeah, we don't need one because of the cost of service study. We needed one before the cost of
And
service
I
study.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we approve that at a meeting several months ago? Yeah, I thought so.
I have no idea how much it's gonna cost,
Yeah,
so I put it in the budget. I think it's been in the budget for the last 2 years.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, Tom, anything else?
No?
Anybody have any more questions for Tom? I guess before we get to bid and Ryan?
I don't have a whole lot to add, just kind of repeat, some of what Tom said, just waiting on that report, in order to correspond back with Fish and Wildlife and Fish and Water, and we'll, follow that up with the KIA board meeting, so just wait to get that report.
Okay, but
Bob, on
as far as engineering goes, we sort of quit on that.
the structural, they're still continuing to do their, design work, just because, you know, they were 50-60% complete already, so they're continuing to finish their portion of the design.
Can I ask you, is this gonna cost us money, the longer we take, the more it's gonna cost? I mean, things ain't gonna get cheaper,
No, it's not gonna be cheap.
so the longer we delay this, then it's not gonna be the same thing we got 4 months ago. The price is gonna go up.
It's hard to predict, but I don't see it going down.
Well, I don't see anything, I just wanted to be on the record, that's what we're saying, that this delay's not cheaper than anything.
I would agree.
Okay, I guess, Amy, we have an invoice in there for Kentucky Engineering. So we
Correct.
need a motion to pay that invoice.
And that's an old invoice. I don't know what happened. I must have missed it in my emails, Ryan. I really don't know what happened, but it never got approved. It's from
That's fine.
2 months ago or something.
Is it in our packet here?
Yeah. It might be.
Is it on the back of something?
It's on the back. It's on the back of Paul's supervisor report.
Oh, there's. Alright,
Okay, so is there a motion to pay Kentucky Engineering the invoice? Roger makes a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Andrea seconds it. Any discussion on the invoice?
To those?
On the back of Paul's supervisor
Paul's
report.
Oh, okay, so does that come from any particular account?
We have a
General
water,
funds?
we have a water plant account.
Okay.
That we pull from.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor of paying the invoice, raise your hand. Any opposed, like sign, motion carried. Okay, Mr. Benton.
Yeah, there's nothing new this past month that I got to report.
So that's good.
That's.
That's what we like to hear.
There's
No
nothing
news,
new,
bad news.
nothing cost.
Gary, you can,
That's right.
Okay, that gets us to Mr. Hart.
Supervisors reports are in your packet. If you have any questions, let me know. That Jillian Drive leak is just the Golden bridges under the tree. I was just gonna say it was repaired. And then Carla Court line replacement, I hope to get that done next week sometime.
That's the one where the guy came in here. and he-
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we're gonna relay from the
Yeah.
start to past his driveway.
But is it not leaking now, or is it still
No,
leaking?
it's not leaking.
Okay.
It's, it doesn't leak a little bit. It is either good or it splits out 20 foot.
What did we ever find out about the pressure testing on that line? Is the pressure jumping back and forth a
Yeah,
lot?
I mean, it varies. So when we are sending water to Mount Zion, through Crittenden Mount Zion, it was like 120 pounds or something, line pressure that it was putting out there. And then when those pumps were shutting off, it had like 70 pounds or something. So it was a pretty.
So it's pretty good movement.
Right, right.
And if there's a rock laying there and that water line's
Right.
moving, it's gonna wear a hole.
And that, where we're talking about is, I mean, it's pretty deep, and it's really rocky, so we'll get that, I hope to get that relayed next week, at least before it starts snowing.
Now, we're gonna take it all the way down to the driveway of the second house on the left.
We're gonna get past his driveway, cause that's where all our leaks are, is between the
Yeah.
start of the road and his driveway.
Well, we had that one down the other driveway.
But yeah, we're gonna get past his driveway and the most kind of convenient spot, right, in between
Okay.
those driveways is where we're gonna be.
All right.
Paul.
Anybody else have any questions for Paul?
I do. Mine come with gifts. You ain't gonna like them. Y'all get one. So my question is, for the superintendent here, is with all the drama we've got going on, I have kind of lost what we're even doing. This right here is a water tester. This is, actually here's yours, but this is to teach you what's in the water. And the thing is, this works good. I'm telling you, you can check in your bottled water, you can check wherever around, this thing tells what's going in water, and you will be surprised at what the other districts in our water's got. Now again, I didn't make this product, this came from my scientists at TikTok, and they shipped them over here from China. But they all are the same, what goes on here. So my question going on with this is, with all the stuff that we got going on, I'm kind of lost what my job is here to do. I mean, I've worried about the lake and draining it. I'm worried about the region getting water to Georgetown. I'm worried about all kinds of stuff. And I really feel like my job should be Bullock Penn's residents, the quality of water they get, the availability of water they get. And, you know, hey, we talk about fire departments and stuff, so I'm lost here. I don't know where do I have a job qualification, what it is to be a commissioner? Or am I supposed to have all this stuff here? But this is the only thing I know for is, I've asked you a million times about how it with water, and the thing was, you cannot tell me what water is, but this will tell me what, you know, and I'm telling you, bottled water, some of this is some nasty stuff we drink, the quality of it. But that's something, and I would say we can all look at and talk, but I will tell you, when you use it, it'll be surprising what you figure out about it. But is there any way we could go back and kind of put out the myths of stuff that we've heard and what's really true, what's going on?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean like the fire hydrants and,
Yeah. I've never seen one of these before.
Where'd you get these, Brian?
I told you, my scientists at TikTok, they worked hard on it. I don't make nothing off of these things.
Your scientists
At TikTok, yes.
Okay.
Come over to China, they make these things, and it's surprising how it works, but,
Does it give Chinese characters, or do we?
no, it actually gives a
goes out in
number,
English?
it goes up to 200, I mean, it's all kinds of different things that go on.
What does it check for, Brian?
The purity of your water.
Okay.
Well, let's get a glass of water.
So, but the thing is, I will tell you, like my water filter, because it uses salt, gives it a little bit higher than others, but, McDonald's water in Crittenden is higher than most places, don't know why. But I've checked it in Lexington, I've checked it in Cincinnati, I've checked it a little bit of here and there. And my question is, should we rely on the quality of our water here? Should we look at, when we're talking about a regional water going all the way to Georgetown, can we use something like this to determine our quality of water here?
So when you stuck this in your.
Sure, it's more sophisticated.
It came up here, I think it's like a number 200.
Since it came from China, I don't know if I put the reliability.
Well, that's because we have all kinds of, so.
But mom said my water's softer than that
And
salt.
Brian, keep in mind that about a third of our district is getting their water from the Ohio River.
Right, but I've checked several different places. I've checked, like I said, McDonald's up here. I've checked, in Dry Ridge. I've checked, I mean, to be honest with you, it fits in your pocket and you can check it anywhere.
Is it different when you check it?
Oh, it ain't been the same, no place I've checked it. My water hose outside's different than my water hose inside, or my spigot inside.
I guess.
So,
I got an article here from the Cincinnati Enquirer, updated August of this year, talk about PFAS, forever chemicals. And as you know, they're cancer causing, everything can, cancer's probably the worst. Cincinnati Public Water System, this is by the EPA, is 1.3 times over the legal limit.
what's come up with, Tom?
Well, the water temperature is 77.3 degrees. And we've got, I hope EC doesn't mean E. coli, but we've got 775 parts per whatever.
Ooh, that sounded good.
Parts per million.
Water hardness.
Well, the one good thing about the Bullock 10 water is when we did 2 tests on PFAS-3.
That's what I know.
It tested so low that it
Yeah,
was below
virtually
the
non-existent.
requirements.
Cincinnati is 1.3 times the
But I'll tell you something worse for
EPA
some
limit.
plastics.
Oh, yeah.
We even had the guy was on the EPA, Greg Powell. That's what he does, goes around on oil spills and all that. The second test we did, we had him conduct it to make sure we've done it right. And both tests come up with no PFAS in Bullock 10 water.
I've had that article for some time, but I just hadn't mentioned it. Oh, well, it was,
Yeah, got
Good
that.
time.
I've got that one tucked away too.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. We'll use these immensely. We'll test them
Just don't
water
do
every
cold
day.
water.
Okay, Paul, what else you got?
I have nothing
Julian Drive lead, you mentioned that.
else.
Probably forward.
We'll get that done before it starts snowing.
That gets us to Amy and Ashley.
At the last meeting, you guys voted to put out the annual audit for an RFQ, so it will be published in the Cincinnati Enquirer, the Louisville Courier Journal, and then the Lexington Herald Leader next Wednesday. Last time we got one response, which was our auditing firm that we already use. So, I don't expect that we're gonna get a lot, but in the actual document that I'm gonna have to put on our website that explains what they need to submit to be considered, it has to have an end date, or a start date and an end date. Their deadline to get us their proposal is the 28th of November. And then I have put that we will pick a accounting firm by December 31st. But I know our December board meeting gets kind of crazy and busy, it seems like. I just want to kind of ask you guys if for some reason we end up with several that we have to look at, if maybe we could get a couple volunteers to sit on a committee and kind of hash that out so that we can still hit that December 31st deadline.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah, I can tell you, it is difficult to find auditors that will do governmental entities.
That's what Deborah was saying as well. She said there's not many of them anymore that will do different stuff.
Yeah, it's more work, less pay, and all kinds of.
It is a lot of work. I've noticed that too, what they present.
Well, they've got,
Yeah.
they've got different standards that they
Yeah.
have to meet.
Yeah.
And what I've been told by other accounting firms, it's just not worth it.
But it's just the whole reason for it is because they raised their rates.
I
70%.
understand, and I think from a responsibility perspective, it would be incumbent upon us to periodically see if we can find somebody else to do it. And historically, we've met that obligation of responsibility, and every time it's ended in the same manner, that we get one response, and that is Chamberlain and Owen, formerly, what was the name of their firm before it was Chamberlain and Owen?
Is it? I can't
What-
believe this one.
So you're saying it's just like having Bengals season tickets, you just gotta eat it there?
Oh, see, there you've opened that wound, you know?
At least we'd be able to have documentation when we send that truck.
Then we could-
Then
we would have to,
Yeah.
you know, the thing of it is, we would at
Yeah.
least attempted to see if there's a better price.
I guess you couldn't change with your tickets, you're stuck with there.
And I, you know, it would be nice to get somebody, to compete with the pricing and whatnot, and, but it probably isn't gonna happen, so.
Did you get what you?
My only fear is that if Chamberlain and Owen go out,
Then what happens?
what do you do? Because they, up until this year, they did the city, Florence, they did PDS, they did Kenton County, they did, you know, just, some entities in Boone County, and just, it's just because they can't.
So like monopoly.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a monopoly in the sense that there's predatory pricing or anything, it's
There
simply
was two
nobody
things
wants to
minutes
do
there.
it.
One was from last month,
Oh, did I
so
need to sign
those
it?
did not get signed. Ashley, did you wanna talk about the minutes from?
Okay,
Did-
yeah, we're good.
Just sign them? Just
Okay,
sign
give me
them.
that.
So, did you say the deadline for responses was 11/28?
Mhm.
Okay. And our next meeting.
11/28's Good Friday, ain't it? Yeah.
Black Friday.
Black Friday, yeah, that's a Good Friday.
It's good.
It's Black Friday.
So,
Ashley, did you send it in?
Cost me a fortune.
Directly?
No, I asked Deborah for a list, if she could, and she said she has the list in front of her.
Okay,
Okay.
the next meeting is November the 20th. Do we want to move the location of that meeting and see if Mr. Miller has got his report?
Well,
You don't have time, it's the 23rd today, we're less than 30 days.
make sure that he's got the report done by then. I don't wanna schedule a meeting for the Baptist church and not be done with it. Yeah, I mean,
Well, if we move the meeting to a larger location, how long do we have to give notice?
well, I think normally you can do it in 24 hours, but what I would suggest, since it's a community thing, I think we wanna give more notice in that. I would say not less than 7 or more than 21. So
Okay.
let's just keep it here, and if we get that report, we can schedule a bigger venue. But again, I need, you know, I mean,
And again, I would like, if it's any way possible, the commission should see it before it's public.
Well, just as a last resort, is there any way we could just do it at this church right here next door? I mean,
That's
people,
right.
everybody turning into the drive would see, hey, we're
Yeah.
right here.
Well, you can't after December because they have upwards basketball till Easter. So every evening from 6 till whenever they have basketball.
But we would just host it like a regular board meeting at 1:00.
Oh, you're saying 1 o'clock, it wouldn't be at night?
No,
Okay,
no,
well, then the day,
this
yeah.
would not be the public hearing, this would be our board meeting.
Okay, no, then any time would be 5 to. Well,
It
we're gonna
would-
do Sunday.
We get, but the thing of it is, we don't know how many people would be attending.
Well, I'm just saying, we wouldn't even have to do notice if we just had a sign up front that said, hey, we're at the church instead of in the building.
The thing of it is, it'll still be a draft plan because the board may come up with some ideas or changes that he'll have to go back and redo again.
Yeah, but then, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? I mean, we've got to, at some point, we've got to, you know,
Well, I'm good with just calling a public hearing and going into it, but the thing of it is, you can't put out a draft to the public. So we can put out the draft in an email to each one of the commissioners and let them look at it and call with questions or whatever. But it's not to be given to the public until it's a final product, right?
Well, again, I mean, I think that when Mr. Miller is finished with the report this time, it will be in such a form that it will be, you know, like ivory soap, 99 and 44 100% complete. And I mean, there may be some minor tweaking and whatnot, but right at this point, it's still not above that standard of tweaking, minor tweaking. And we need to hear what Mr. Miller's gonna say based on the additional information that he got from Paul this week, so, I mean.
What are you suggesting, have him at a board meeting to do that tweaking?
No, I suggest that, what I would suggest is that we have a board meeting, advertise it to the public, that this is when Mr. Miller is going to present his final report. And at that meeting, we will let everyone know that this is his final report, subject to adoption, if you will, by the district. And again, I mean, I can't envision any changes that Mr. Miller would make after he does this tweaking, if you will, based upon the most recent information that he got this week from Paul.
And how do you propose we get it to the commissioners? So they have a chance to look at it before
Yeah, we
the
can
meeting?
mail it to them, yeah, and say that this is going to be presented, don't disclose it until we get to the public hearing, yeah, I have no problem with that.
So the public hearing would be at the board meeting?
Correct, yeah.
All
Well,
taken together at the same time?
it would be a board meeting open to the public, yes,
And-
Well, all board meetings are.
exactly, yeah.
And so really, we could make that happen within, I mean, if he doesn't get it to us more than a week before the next board meeting, we're probably gonna be doing it in December.
Well, when I spoke to Mr. Miller, he said he would have it very shortly, so,
So you're thinking, a good chance we'd have it by our next board meeting?
oh, absolutely, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be an issue.
I think we'll put pressure on him to get it, but.
And then,
Yeah.
so then that begs to get another venue, wouldn't you think?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, again, if that sucker isn't finished by November 20, wow, I just, you know.
The problem is
I
that-
would rather him take his time and do it right than to come up with a report and then say, whoops, I gotta change it again.
The problem then is we're not his only client, so he's got other things. he's working on
Exactly,
at the
yeah,
same time.
he said,
That's why it's taking so long.
right.
But this has been a unicorn, nobody else wanted to mess with it, right? We had
That's right.
several
Oh.
different people.
I went through more firms than I care to think about. I think it was 4. And nobody wanted to do it. I don't think anybody could do it. I guess it's like a financial audit of a governmental entity. They don't want to get involved. And I had that one gentleman from, was it Frankfurt, Louisville, whatever, said he'd get right on it.
Until we found out it had.
And then a
public
week
service.
later, I got a message that said, sorry, you can't do it, so.
Okay, so anybody have a problem with November 20th? Okay, next meeting's November 20th. Any other thing needs to come before the board at this time? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn is in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Bill seconds it.